Hello everyone, welcome back. My name's Adam. Today I'm going to teach you a simple PPT game for children called the Shadow Game. The Shadow Game works like this. You have the outline or the silhouette of an image of your vocabulary words, and the children have to guess what the image is, and of course you can reveal what it is, whether they were correct or not. So this is just a fun way to review vocabulary. My children seem to find the game very interesting. Even though it's usually obvious what the animal is, they seem excited to be able to say the word and get the correct answer. So the way the game works, very simple. There's two images on the PPT. One is the clip art image and one is the blacked out image, and we're using the animation here. This one is a split and a disappearing animation, so that when we click on the PPT, the top image disappears. This PPT I'm showing you is for pets. Now I also need to make one for for zoo animals. So today I'm going to make one for zoo animals. I'm going to show you how to make the game. And then you can make one with whatever vocabulary you're using. I used to play a lot more games with flashcards, but right now everything's on PPT. I have big projectors or big TV in every classroom, so all of my games are PPT games. The reason I like this one so much is that the kids are excited. It seems it's challenge. Obviously this is a spider, but it seems everyone can't help but shout out the word spider. I don't play this game where one student's going to raise their hand and say the word. I just let the children shout out the word, because often they'll say it several times. Spider, spider, spider. They're not just saying the animal name once. And if there's a student who can't remember how to say spider in English and they hear another kid say spider, they'll also shout spider. So it's a way for me to get the class of 50 kids shouting the vocabulary word several times, and then I give the reveal, and that makes the connection in their head. And before, I had a slightly different version of this game. This is an easier version. If you don't want to go to the trouble of making the silhouette game, I just have an animal, and in front of it I have a random clip art of some food, and you can see bits of the animal, and then you try to guess what animal's hiding behind there. So this is the same way, but the front image is just from a food image. So this is the game that I had, and I'm trying to replace it with the Shadow Game. So the first thing I'm going to do is search on Google for some images. I've used the word bear, followed by clip art and PNG. Some of these images will be transparent, some of them won't be. If they're not transparent, it doesn't matter too much. What I'm thinking about when I choose an image is I'm thinking about the outline of the animal. Whether it's going to be easy or difficult to tell what the animal is. I want some to be a bit easier and some to be a bit more difficult. I also want a simple image, and you'll see why a bit later on when we make them black. This one is good. I think I'm going to go for this one here, for the bear. So I'm going to find one image for each of the animals, and I'm going to save them in a folder on my computer. Now, if you wanted to, you could do this with actual pictures instead of clip art, but you'll see in a moment why clip art is easier to work with. So I've downloaded my 12 animal images here, and I'm going to first check to make sure they're all transparent. I'm going to do that with a program called Paint.net. This is Paint.net. It's an image manipulator. I guess similar to Photoshop, but it's free and it's simple and very easy to work with. If you can don't go to paint.net, but Google paint.net and you can get a download of this. So I'm going to open all of my images in paint.net. For those images that aren't transparent, I'm going to use the magic wand tool to select the outside of the image and use delete, and then save it as a PNG file. Okay, so I'm going to place my images into the PPT. Now that they're transparent, they look much better. And now we're going to make the silhouette version or the shadow version of our animals. So for some animals, like this bear I chose because it's a very simple image. And for some animals, the easy way to do this is the paint bucket, black ink, and we're just filling the animal in with black. And for this bear, it's just going to take a few clicks. And then we can save it as under a different name. And the elephant also, similarly, we can just take a few clicks. When it's a little more complicated, you can increase the tolerance to try and fill in more of the image, yeah, without getting the background. Again, this panda, I chose it because it's a very simple image. It's not going to take too many clicks before I've filled in all the areas. If you find yourself clicking too much because the image is too complicated, or you have a real photo of an animal and the fill tool isn't working, what you can do, so this is the slightly more complicated way, and again, if there may be a better way to do this. I'm not an expert by any means, but if we add a new layer in the background, we select the outside. In the new layer, we then fill the outside. And then we create another new layer. In the second layer, we select the inside. And on the third layer, we paste ink on the inside. And then we delete the second layer. Yeah. I'll show you that again for the giraffe. So we create a second layer. In the first layer, we magic wand select the outside of the animal. And then move to the second layer, we fill in the outside. Then we create a third layer. In the second layer, we magic wand select the inside of the animal. And then in the third layer, we fill in the paint in the middle. And then we get rid of the second layer to leave us with the outline. So that method is slightly more complicated, but it may be quicker if you have a complicated image to work with. That is quite an unfortunate outline of the monkey there. Should I keep that or should I? Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Okay, so that's the time-consuming part of the operation. And now you can see for each animal we have 2 images. And I'm going to go back to the PPT and place the black images over the original images, and also make them the right size. Right, now as you can see I have the 2 images, the clip art underneath and the shadow version on top, and all I'm going to do is use the animations to find a disappear animation that I like. White, let's use white today. That monkey outline really is unfortunate. It really... Okay, and the game is ready to go. How long did that take? Not too long. So we have images images appear on the screen. The children shout what they think it is, and then it is revealed to them. Some of these are easier, some of them are more difficult. Actually, most of them are pretty easy. But the kids get excited. The key thing is they're shouting out the word, they're shouting out the vocabulary word, and then they're seeing the picture and making the mental connection in their head between the image and the animal name. And hopefully I don't get in trouble for that monkey. Okay, that's the shadow game or the silhouette game. I'm gonna leave you now with some footage. I believe I have some footage of me from last year with some phonics review that I did where I used the shadow game. So let's see what it looks like in the classroom. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Now, listen to phonics. Alligator on this one. Alligator. Next one. Elephant. Very good. Close. Yeah, you got it. It's the piano. Ball. It was a ball. Okay. Oh. Okay, this time it's good. Car and cat. Last one. Money.